Everybody, my name is Martino. This is Hannah Phillips. She has been riding for about 13 years in the hunter jumper discipline. And this here is Samson. He was donated to us a few years ago, about 6 years ago. He did pretty much all of any big equitation competition there's out there. He's made an appearance to it. He's very, very successful in the big eq, and that's what we use him for here. We use him on a little bit of dressage stuff, but he mainly does the hunters and jumpers for us. A little bit background about what I've done. I've been riding for about 15 to 16 years now. I started off in a little bit of pony stuff, and then I worked into the eventing, did that for a while, but now I mainly do a little bit of just jumpers and dressage. That's pretty much what I do now. As far as what our lesson plan of the day is, we want to be able to create a little bit of quality in our horse, so that's what we're going to do, a little bit of flat work, being able to bend him in and out, being able to loosen his body up a little bit, create a little bit of structure in him to be able so he can use himself and loosen himself correctly. And then once we do some cantering and jumping, we're going to be doing a lot of being able to whoa and go kind of action, a little bit of acceleration to get out, say in a 3, and a little bit of a whoa to say get it done in maybe a 5, a little bit of yo-yo kind of work as I like to call it. And he's pretty great about that. He's very adjustable. Adjustability is kind of his strong suit. So we're going to be doing a lot of cantering big down the long side and bringing it back during the short side. And that's kind of how our lesson plan is going to go, and everything if hopefully works out pretty well, then we'll leave it at that. As far as the safety check, he's got a D-ring snaffle in, a simple just a hunter bridle that fits well. We have a English saddle in with just a half pad, fits well to the rider. I think her stirrups are appropriately length. She's in a approved helmet, a GPA Speed Air. She's got gloves on, she's appropriately tired, she has boots with a heel. Saddle has good stitching, so does the bridle, the girth and everything is on there tight enough, and everything has good stitching. And our ring, up there we have a gate which is currently closed and latched, and then right behind us we have a door that is currently closed securely and properly. And otherwise there's everything in here that is being used for our lesson, the poles, and then we have a canter line set right here, and that's being used for our lesson, so that's what we're going to do today. You ready?
Ready.
Awesome. Down here. So we're now right. So think about here, when you turn him, think about a little bend at the walk. Let's loosen his body up a little bit. He likes to get a little stiff. So think about a little over bend here. Flex the neck towards the inside with the inside rein, and then put your left leg on him and help push his body out towards that outside rein. There you go. Whoa. There you go. A little more here. Good. And now that you're on the rail, keep them straight. And then when you go back to the corner, try to bend in through that corner. A little more walk here. That's too much. Okay, so when you ask for a little more walk, don't turn your heel out. Don't put your heel in first. Go ahead and squeeze with your calf first. And then if you don't get a response, bump it up a level. Then you can apply the heel. Then if you still not moving forward, yeah, give him a nudge. So we will start off simple and work our way from there. So think about here, over bending, squeeze your inside leg against his ribcage. Don't kick him, don't touch him, just squeeze it. There you go. Now take your left rein, pull it out a little bit. I want to say a little more bend. Circle right here in front of me. Circle here. Good. Now I want you to think about his front feet crossing over each other. I want you to kind of push him out a little bit. How we do that? Take our inside rein, we open it a little bit, and we also open a little bit with the outside rein to give him some space to step into. There, good, very good, very good. Awesome, Hannah. Did you feel that? Good. Put the reins up a little bit for me. Good, all right, now when you get right here, go ahead and trot. We're getting right into the center of this breezeway. After your reins up and after trot transition. Take the back for me. There you go, good, okay. So, do you like this trot?
No.
What do you not like about it?
It's a little slow.
A little slow. What are we going to do to change that?
Squeeze, but not kick.
Exactly. Good. Now that's a little too fast. That's a little too running off his feet. You can slow the post down here. You don't need to apply a half halt. Think about your post controlling his speed. He is so good to weight aids. He's so good to the seat that is all you'll need. Good. Now you can go down the long side. Good. Now shorten your reins up for me. Create a little bit more shape in his top line. I want to see a little more head carrot sort of thing. He's got the ability to do that. Don't wag his head. So, instead of wagging his head, go ahead and hold that right rein for me. Constant connection in that right rein, okay? And ask with the outside rein a little bit, right? to get his head down, but you don't want to keep turning his head back and forth for me. So one rein has to stay constant for that to happen, okay? And that's always going to be your outside rein. A little more forward here. Good, that's where I like it. Now, stop asking. His head's where I want it, now don't ask for it. Good. In this corner here, go ahead and overbend a little bit to the inside. Overflex his neck a tiny bit for me. Let's loosen him up some more. And bring your inside rein out. And then take your inside leg and apply it a little bit and overbend his body. His body should wrap around that inside leg, like wrapping around a telephone pole. Open your inside rein even more. Even more. Yeah, that's good. That's what I like. Right there. Do that again. When you open your inside rein, don't open the outside one as well, okay? There. There. Good. And the second he gave it to you, I liked how you gave the rein back to him. That was good. Do it again here. That's our corner I made. I want you to be able to see his left eyeball. Good, Hannah. Good. Now release the eight. Release the eight. Good. All right, now you can go keep going around the long side. Good for you, Hannah. Could you feel that?
Yeah.
Good. What did it feel like to you?
Like his neck was coming off the rail, but his hind end wasn't.
Okay, and is that necessarily a good thing or bad thing to you?
Bad.
That was a bad thing? Not necessarily. That kind of means you were doing a pretty correct shoulder in or shoulder four. It was kind of more of a shoulder four with a little too much bend, but that's okay. He's really stiff, so we need to overbend him and be able to work his body, do some lateral movements to unstiffen him. But inside, our shoulder ends and stuff like that are a little too more advanced for what we're going to do today, okay? All right, go ahead and trot down this diagonal and go ahead and change direction for me. Good, shorten your rein. Put it back in that shape. Don't drop that shape one, okay? So slow your trot down a little bit. Shorten your rein, that's going to come to you. There you go. Don't let him walk on you. I know we might be lazy today. Good, Hannah. We're going to try the same thing with this side. Over flexing towards the inside of your ear. Inside leg, open the inside rein. There you go. Better. Good. His front legs are on the track right here. His neck is off the rail, which is kind of what we want. Good. Now straighten him up. And now do me a favor. In this corner, flex him to the outside. Do a counter flexion to the outside. It's going to be a little harder for him, but so this means, right? Got it. Good. However, I want you to keep your outside rein constant, which is your right rein here, and I want you to keep your right leg on. Better, Hannah. Better. Good. Good. Now put it back into the true bend here. Don't overbend it, but just make it true. Good. There you go. Lovely. That's awesome. That's a great picture. It's a very good picture. Very good. Now let me see, not a huge trot, but I want to see just a little something more. So open your post up a tiny bit more. There you go. Make him push for a second. This is a little quicker than what we want, but I want him to push his body a little bit. I want him to use himself a little bit more, and then we can calm it down, okay? Lovely. That's lovely. That's what we want. Right there, the fact that he can go forward and stretch his neck down and use his back, that's what the ultimate goal is that we want. He's loosening it up. Good. Good. So now that we have that, shorten your reins and put him in a connection for me. Go ahead. Shorten your reins about 2 more inches. There you go. There you go. Don't lose it here. Good. No more than this, Hannah. Lovely. 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 Awesome. Go ahead and let him walk. Start cantering, okay? But right before we start cantering, I want to let you know what we're going to go ahead and do, okay? So, our lesson plan for today, right, was to be able to do a little bit of adjustability work in between some poles, okay? And then eventually fences, if we can get to that point. However, we're going to start with the poles today. So, in order to help us do that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of yo-yo work with him, okay? So we're going to really kind of get off his back a little bit, let him send him down the long side, open that stride up and get a nice good, not a gallop, I don't want him to run, but I want him to open the stride up. And then once we get near towards the corner, I want you to gently go ahead and sit back in the saddle and kind of think about collecting the camera. Okay? I don't want you to over-collect, because if you over-collect, there's a possibility he'll break to the trot. But I want to see a difference between the extension down the long side-ish, kind of, and then bringing it back. So when you get to this corner, go ahead and ask for left knee canter for me, okay? Put him in a little bit in your hand, get a nice marching walk, get him where you want him. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Shorten your reins up for me. Good. Just do a circle down here for me. Good for you. That's lovely. That's a great canter. Shorten your reins up for me. They're flopping everywhere. There you go. Put him down a little bit. Try to get some sort of connection through it. Good. Now get off his back and send him down this long side for me. Don't run him, but send him. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Now gently sit back down and use the front of your thigh to bring him back. I want to see a difference, Hannah. Okay, good. Good for you. You caught that. Good job. Go ahead and get off his back and do it again. Send him. Send him. Send him. Come on, a little more. Good. Let's gently sit back down and say, whoa, bring it back to your half balls in your inner thigh and your outside range. No break, no break. Good. Now, stay seated into a circle here for me. We're going to try to get his head down a little bit. Unlock your elbows. Think about moving your elbows with his mouth. Your elbows are what are relaxing his mouth. Not your fingers, not your hands. Good. I want a little more shape to that outside range. Hold that outside range, which is that left-right range. Ask a little bit here. I want you to do a little inside bend here. A little inside bend. Better. Better. Yeah, right there. That's better. That's better. Go ahead and release that inside right now. Put it forward. Good. Okay, go ahead and go off the back and send them down the long side. I want you to really send this time. Go. Yeah. Think about here, starting to blow him up, balance him up, outside rein and inner thigh here. Now sit down and collect. Don't let it break. Good. Do a circle down there for me. A little inside bend here. Let your elbows work, Hannah. Yeah! There were 2 steps right there, which were awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go down this diagonal and ask for a little lead change, okay? Now his lead changes are pretty much almost automatic, but you have to ask for them, but don't ask too much. Suggest the lead change. Ask with your outside leg here, Hannah. There you go. Good for you. Good for you. When you do those, keep your head and upper body up. You kind of free yourself to the inside, okay? And that kind of counteracts his balance. He needs to be able to swap to that inside lead. But if you're over that side, and you have weight on that side, he can't do that. So when you do a lead change like that, you've got to make sure you're either in the center of the saddle or slightly to the lead that he's on currently. Okay? So he has the room and has the weight off that side to switch into it. Alright, good. Shorten your reins up and send him down this long side. Let's practice a little bit more yo-yo work, okay? Leg on here and send him. Send him. Good, good. Now sit down gently and whoa. Front of your thigh, sit down. Work the elbows. When you ask for collection, you work those elbows, okay? Good. Turn here. A little more inside bend. I want to see a little bit more shape. Release that. Good. If he gives it to you, you can give it right back, okay? Now get off his back and send it down the long side. I want you to send this horse. Yeah! Now really bring it back. I want you to bring it back as much as you can to the front of your thigh and that outside rein. Give that inside rein. Give it here. He's getting resistant because you're resistant. Good. Circle here. Don't side that here. You don't too much on that outside end. Good for you. Good for you. There you go. There you go. And then I want you to, when you get to the speaker system right here, I want you to, we can do a circle. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Let's do another circle. Use your elbows, Hannah. There you go. And then you can go down this long side. When you get to the VI down side, I want you to ask for a downward transition to the trot. Do not use your rein first. Ask for a low to your position in front of your thigh. And whoa. Lovely. That's almost down. Lovely. That was great. Good for you. And let him walk. You can 4. Okay, so keep counting as you come in, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's okay. That's alright. You got a good canter going. I'm going to push this out like a foot, not even, okay? I'm going to push it out like 6 inches because he barely stepped on it with his back leg. So therefore, it'll be kind of right there this time. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to get 4. I loved how you counted coming in. It was right there. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Count from here. Oh. Lovely, Hannah, lovely. Keep going. I want you to try to get 5 this time. So remember the feeling we got when we brought him back from the canter on the wrong side? Almost think about that. So even do it before you started. Okay, so think about here, slowing him down a tiny bit, getting a little smaller of a canter. You can sit. You can sit. There you go. Now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely, Hannah, lovely. Come around and do 4 again. Lovely. That was so good. Your elbows were working. You weren't against him. It was right there. So good. Get the nice working canter here. No more than this. That's lovely. You're coming in great to this first one. Keep on counting. If that's what you're doing, it's working. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, oh. Lovely, Hannah. Lovely. Now get off his back and send it forward. I want to see if we can get 3 out of this horse. He's got a big set. Oh, goodness. All right. Put your hands up for me. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now bring it back here. Sit down and whoa. But keep carrying. Keep carrying, okay? Whoa. All right, keep carrying. Now let's do 5. You can do 5, Hannah. He ain't got to do it again. Lovely, lovely. Don't be scared to work those elbows, okay? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ho, ho, ho. Beautiful. I love that. You came in a little too heavy, but you woed on that first step. That allowed you to get him out of that in the 5. Hannah, that was really well done. How did that feel to you? Did that feel like appropriate?
Yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was awesome. Good for you. What did you do differently to bring him back without him getting a bracelet to the hand?
I kind of just tightened my inner thighs and my abs rather than pulling on him.
Good.
And I kept my elbows working while
Yeah.
I had to.
Yep. And he is one that is absolutely going to tell you when you're not working those elbows. When you get against him, he will right away get against you. However, he will be the first to tell you when you're doing something right. The second you leave his elbows, he takes a breath and he says, oh, okay, good, thank you. Thank you. All right, get on his back, Hannah, let him can, or okay, let him can on your seat. Don't go right to him yet, let's just do a circle, okay? Shorten your reins up for me, get a true canter. Okay, so you know how you have to pull all the way back to your back? That means you gotta shorten your reins up. You shouldn't have to move your hand out that much, okay? Good, a little more canter here. Just a little bit more. Count to your first pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to come to this horse stride, okay? Do a circle, though. Sorry. Do a circle. Get in front of the leg a little bit here. Make sure we still have a little bit of a horse left in it, okay? I want you to put your hands forward and keep your upper body still over this cross rail, okay? Look at it now. Count your rhythm. 1, 2, and I want 4 strides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Get the change. Lovely. Good for you. You look down afterwards, but that's okay. You stay above his back. You didn't slow yourself to either side. That was lovely. You can try it, okay? And then when you pick up a canter again, and run this over the corner, or wherever you feel comfortable, and you think you have a good trot, we're going to go ahead and try for the 5, okay? That same feeling of being able to low him. Don't go right to it yet. Get a circle down here. That same feeling of being able to low him, but being respectful to his mouth. Using your elbows. Letting your elbows be elastic and and carrying the shock throughout it, okay? So you can go ahead and sit, whatever you want to do. 1, and whoa here. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Get the change. Alright, you can go ahead and forward. Shorten your reins here. Get a little bit more canter here, okay? Right there. And then when you come through these 3, I want you to push him in front of the leg. You need to go forward to get this 3. But not yet. We're going to get a good canter here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now second forward, right here. More. Here, I need you to go. Good. Come around and go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. Get the change. Come on. Outside edge here. There you go. Keep cantering for me and do a circle. Okay, good. I want you to bring it back without trotting again, okay? And then now come straight over these poles, and I want you to be in a 2-point when you do it. Put your hands forward and still your upper body. Drop your weight down to the leg. 1, 2, and a half. All right. Good for him. You'll smart with his feet there. Get the change. Good. Now I want you to do 5 in between this, and then we can call it quits if he does it good. Now sit down and blow here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hands forward. Get the change. Lovely. There you go. And keep recording. All right. That was awesome. You got the stride leg, right? Your hands are here over the fence. You're throwing your upper body down, and your hands are here. You need to be able to keep your upper body away from the horse, right?
Yes.
Move your hands up. Okay? All right, everybody, that concludes our lesson for the day. I think that went pretty well. What about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it went really well. I think we had a really good opportunity to show a difference in the woes and goes of his canter. She was really good about being able to stretch him through his top line a little bit, bending him in and out, getting to use his body a little bit. I wanted to do a little more lateral work, but I didn't know quite how much she knew, so I just thought, let's stick with some basic stretching and basic things like that, and that worked out pretty well in our favor, and I think Samson did a great job with that. Cantering in and out of the poles I thought went really well. She got him done pretty much on the first try, and she did a really good job of being able to woe him, bringing him back, keeping the connection, using the front of her thigh, but being able to keep her elbows elastic. And he's really good at letting you know if it's not elastic. So if you're a little stiff in your hand and you're a little abrasive in the hand, he's going to go ahead and put his head up, and he's going to brace against you. But if you're correct and you use your elbows in a good manner, he's going to go ahead and soften for you. That's just, he knows his job, and he's really good at being able to tell that for you. The poles we had over here, we had to switch them up a little bit. The footing was kind of off, but we got it done, and it was good, and it's appropriate now for him. But other than that, I think it was a pretty great lesson. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns for how today went?
No, I think it really helped when you use the analogy of helping me get my elbows softened by letting me loosen up, and that seemed to really help.
Good.
And once that was fixed, it seemed like a lot just came together.
Yeah, good. Very good. Are you happy with today's lesson?
Definitely.
Good.
Yes.
Are you happy with today's lesson? But other than that, no, I think that's what we're going to work on. I wanted to work maybe a little bit on more position in the air. However, this guy's had a few big competitions in the past week, so he was a little tired. I didn't want to do too much with him. But maybe for next time, we're going to work on maybe keeping the upper body stiller and away from the horse's neck and kind of having her put her hands forward so she doesn't have to duck down. That's something that we can work on next time. But I think for today, it was appropriate and pretty great. I think it went really well. So as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Alrighty, guys. See ya.